What's up everybody, Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and I have not posted a video in over a week, and today we are talking about what is up with that. Many of you could probably guess, fall is my favorite season, but it is also by far the busiest season. Between my job right now is super busy with it being the end of the fiscal year for the place that I work at, and then it's also hunting season has opened here in Wisconsin. Fishing gets good in the fall, so those are two of my big hobbies that are super busy. We also are getting a puppy in a little over 2 weeks, so that has been busy. We have lots of wedding planning going on. We are getting married next year, so that's a busy, almost full-time job. No, it's not that bad, but it is pretty busy. We also have camping trips coming up, so we've been planning for that. There has been festivals around the area that have been busy. There's just a ton of stuff that goes on in the fall, so that has kind of kept me from making videos, and also I just needed a break in general. The YouTube grind can really wear you down after a while. It's a lot trying to keep up with videos all the time, so I just took a little break there. So yeah, that was kind of what was up with that. And then also I have been making content for Pocket Stocks. Pocket Stocks is a branch of Slab Stocks. You might have heard of them. They are a sports card information company. They have a website. They also make a ton of social media content. I guess they're a social media agency basically revolving around sports cards and just the card market in general. They have a really nice website where you can look up prices of cards. That's pro.slabstocks.com. Check that out. But I have been making content for them. So that has also been busy. I have been try to do a video a week. We are switching now to a video every other week. So we'll see how that goes. But if you missed it, I will put a link. You probably didn't see it. This last Saturday's video was all about Metazoo. Most of you guys watching this probably know everything I talk about in the video. It was just an intro video where I kind of showed their audience who's probably not aware of Metazoo, the print runs, what the products look like, some general prices, yada yada yada. And then the video got posted on Saturday. It was originally had been made for the week before that, and then some things got shuffled around, so it didn't get posted right away. So I was reading comments on that video this morning, about 12 hours after it got posted, and 3 or 4 of the comments were like, oh, these prices are way out of date. This information isn't accurate. I thought that was kind of weird. I can't imagine the prices changed that much in the week and a half. So I went on eBay, looked up some prices, and Metazoo has went on an absolute tear. Again, the boxes, first edition boxes went from like $450 to between $800 and $1,000. Kickstarter boxes went from like $4,000 to $5,000 to over $8,000. I saw Sneak Outs, which is a pretty well-known Metazoo seller, I guess, out of New York, I think, sold 4 Kickstarter, like an art set of booster packs, of Kickstarter packs for $1,200. And there's 36 packs in a booster, which would mean you could make 9 art sets, technically, if you had all the right arts, obviously. But that would put 9 times 1,200 would put you at over $10,000, almost $11,000 on a booster box, which is absolutely crazy. We are getting really close on the channel. If you're not subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button. We're going to open this box when we get to 500 subscribers. We're currently at 477, so 23 more people to go. We're getting so close. I'm so excited to open this box finally. I think I announced this whole challenge we were doing back in August, and if we finish it up here in the next week, we would have it done in just over a month, which is incredibly awesome. I thank everybody who has subscribed, and if you do subscribe, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it helps out the channel. But hopefully, we will be opening this very soon. Super excited for that. Also, I do have a list here, so don't mind me. I'm just wanted to run through a bunch of stuff that has been kind of going through my head, or that I've been looking at, or video content that you can expect coming up in the next couple of weeks. I guess along with the Metazoo, I'll probably have a video coming out this week on just expensive Metazoo stuff that is sold, and also anything that is left in the market that I think are good buys, based on kind of print run numbers, things I think are maybe undervalued. Probably kind of a tough one to do in the current market, but I do think with Nightfall coming out soon, I think think things are going to keep going upward. From everything I've seen about Metazoo or about Nightfall, it looks incredible in my personal opinion, and I think it's going to really boost the franchise up to the next level. To this point, they've only had 2 releases with 1 set of product, and I think when everybody sees this next product and can see what they're capable of doing set after set, personally, I think it is going to go very, very well. I don't have any Nightfall pre-orders in. There is one place I have an eye on that hopefully I can get some pre-orders in coming up here shortly. Otherwise, it could be a pretty sad Nightfall release for me if I don't get any product. Hopefully, we can fix that. But that is kind of Metazoo. I have some videos coming up on that. Another thing, a new product I just found out about, I am into Star Wars. Not a huge fan of Star Wars cards. I think there's not a lot of good ones out there. Have been looking at buying a 1996 or 97 Topps Finest refractors. It is the first Star Wars set that contains refractors. There is some really cool cards. There's a lot of weird cards in the set, honestly. I think there's 150 cards, and there is like characters I've never heard of, and I'm pretty well versed in the Star Wars universe. But there's just some absolutely wacky characters in there. But the main ones, Leia, Luke, Han, are pretty expensive, particularly in refractors, and obviously those cards do not grade well. So a 9 or a 10 is going to cost you a good chunk of money, but I do think they would be a cool display piece, and they're not like ridiculously expensive. I was looking at like an Obi-Wan, and I think he was around $50 for a gold refractor, which doesn't seem too bad to me. But bringing this all back around, the new set I just found out about, I said I don't really like Star Wars sets. They did come out with the 2021 Topps Chrome Star Wars Galaxy, and these cards are absolutely gorgeous. One thing I do want to warn you about, if you look them up, a lot of them will say refractor, but all the cards in the set are refractors. There is no base silver card. The base card is a refractor. So do be careful of that. But go ahead, look these cards up online. They are absolutely gorgeous. The one thing I'm not a fan of is the names of the cards. There is no card that just says like Luke Skywalker with Luke on it. It'll be like Luke in a dangerous place, or Luke on Tatooine, and then it'll be that. But the art is gorgeous. There's a Mandalorian subset. I think there's 10 or 20 cards in that. There is another insert set, I guess. There's another insert of like vintage toy diagrams from Star Wars, and then there is another one that is movie posters from all over the world. They are just this. If you haven't looked these up, go ahead, look up these sets. Absolutely incredible product in my opinion. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I have been looking at picking up some of those. Next point I want to talk about is this binder back here. As you can see, this binder is filled with Tyler's Pokemon cards. Tyler is a friend of mine, and he is going to let me look through his childhood binder and for you guys. We can kind of flip through it, see if there's any cards. We're going to get him a dollar value, and then we are going to put the cards in actual top loaders. It is one of those binders where all the cards are stacked on top of each other in one pocket. Not great for storage, but it is really fun to go through because even if you flip through the page, you don't actually know what you have until you flip through all the cards in the sleeves, so you have to pull them all out. Super excited to that. So that video will probably be coming out this week sometime if I can get the time to flip through the cards. Probably be a 2 or 3 parter. I expect that video to be long because there is probably at least 1,000 cards to go through, and I'm definitely going to take my time and just enjoy it. So that video will be coming out soon. Super excited for that. Another one, if you guys have been watching the channel for quite a while, probably a month or 2, maybe even longer, I invested in Alexander Volkanovski. See if I have any cards around here. I think I have some on my desk. Yes, I bought these 3 cards because I thought they were pretty cheap. Just the regular Topps rookie cards. They do have the logo up in the corner. This is a purple out of 25. There is a green out of 149. And a blue out of 99. Thought those would be a good deal, and he did fight this Saturday against Brian Ortega, and he did win. He was caught in both a triangle and a guillotine, I believe, and the guillotine was brutal. It was in pretty tight. His whole face was turning purple. He got out of it and then did end up winning via decision. So that was good. I don't know if it's going to affect his card prices at all. He doesn't seem to be a super likable star, but now he is the champion, and he did have a defense now against Ortega. He looks really solid. I think he will probably be the champion for at least a couple more fights. Not that I'm super into UFC. So I'm not sure. I might look at prices, see if any of his stuff sells, but otherwise I might just hold those for a while. So that was a good one there. Peter Yan is the other fighter that I did invest in. Here's a couple of them. He will be fighting, I think, this fall sometime. So we'll see if he gets any more popular than Volkanovski did. Investing in the UFC is a tough thing, in my personal opinion. It's just hard. It's tough when a fighter only fights once every maybe 6 months or a year. You have to really pick somebody that people like, and then you have so many issues, more than even other sports, with injuries, people using drugs or performance-enhancing drugs, fighters not being likable, not having good personalities. It is a really interesting place to invest in, along with the fact that the market seems to like 2021 Prism cards better than actual previous rookie cards, which is absolutely mind-blowing too. I think that will eventually flip, and the older Topps cards with the rookie logos will become more desirable than the Prism cards. But who knows? That is a really interesting market that I'm probably going to stay out of. I would like a Ngannou card, but other than that, and maybe a Khabib. But other than that, that is probably a market that I'm going to stay out of, just because it is really difficult to navigate unless you are like super into it, and even then there's a lot that can go wrong. So moving to a different market that I've been looking at, that is basketball. Prices are still kind of depressed into the off-season lows. However, some of them have started heating up, and obviously they will continue heating up until the season begins, just like every year. There are the baseball, football, and basketball kind of cyclical market cycles that I think you can time pretty much every year. And as long as you get the players that everybody will be hot for come season opens, you can do pretty well on that. And you're not going to make a ton of money probably unless the player really does well, but it seems like a pretty easy way to make 10, 20, 30% profits, which is nothing to sneeze at, particularly if you can buy basketball, sell your basketball, roll your basketball into baseball, sell your baseball, roll your baseball into football, sell your football, roll your football into basketball. Works really well and is a really good way to build up your inventory and your kind of net worth in your card portfolio year after year, and it gives you something to go off of that's not an individual player performance or a gut feeling or something like that. So definitely looking at some basketball cards. I did pick up a Zion at the National, if you remember that. So that is one that I will be looking to move. Hopefully that one heats up some more, but there's definitely a couple other players that I am looking to add. On top of that, there is a new announcement for a Kurt Warner biopic, or a basically movie telling his life story, that's supposed to be coming out in December. That is titled American Underdog, a Kurt Warner story, or Kurt Warner, or something like that. And I personally, Kurt Warner was a rookie in 1999. I had never watched Kurt Warner. I was too young and never really followed the Cardinals, I guess, when he was on the team. So I did read his Wikipedia article and his whole story about how he was playing arena football. Thought he was going to have to quit. He was working at a grocery store full time. Couldn't do it. Got called up by the Rams. Starting quarterback goes down. He takes over. Wins a Super Bowl with the greatest show on turf. An absolutely insane, incredible career. Won one MVP or two MVPs and at least a Super Bowl. I think he went to 3 Super Bowls. Really cool story. Have been looking at maybe picking up one of his cards as we get closer to the movie. Haven't decided if that's a good decision or not. If you're still watching, let me know down in the comments. Do you think it's a good idea to buy Kurt Warner cards before his movie comes out? Do you think the movie's going to be exciting enough to move the needle on his card market, or is it not going to be worth it? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I haven't decided on that. And then the last thing I have on my list of stuff to touch about, there's been a long list, but that is the new selling platform, Whatnot. This is just kind of one of the things I want to do this week, is get some stuff listed on my account on Whatnot. If you don't know, Whatnot is kind of like a QVC, the channel that you watch at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep, and they're always selling you the product, and if you buy one now, you get one free, just pay separate shipping and handling. It's kind of like that, except average people or regular people can run the shows. They can show off the card, and then it's like live bidding, and then the card gets bid up. Whoever wins it, and then you package it up and ship it off to them. So definitely interesting. You have to have a certain amount of followers and you have to fill out an application to be able to do the live shows. But anybody can put regular listings on there. It seems pretty popular. I think it's got a lot of traffic on it. And the fees are a little bit lower than eBay. I think it's right around 10-11%. And you don't have to pay shipping as the seller. You actually ship it to them. They verify the authenticity of the item, and then it gets shipped. So it should be a lot less returns, should be a lot safer. Definitely interesting and maybe something to consider over eBay. They do have a pretty big Metazoo community, also Pokemon and just general cards and collectibles. So definitely something worth checking out there. That is something I will be listing on. So yeah, maybe something to look into as a seller or as a buyer. I'm sure there's some deals on there because it's probably not quite as watched as closely. And obviously, if you get in a live show that doesn't have a ton of people in it, you could probably scoop up some really good deals. So something to just keep in mind. But that's kind of my general update for you guys. This video got really long. We're at almost 16 minutes right now. Definitely did not mean for that to happen. But just had quite a bit to share with you guys, things I've been looking at, a lot of cool things. Also, not obviously, but I have been following the crypto market, looking at NFTs, looking at some different projects there. There's so much exciting stuff going on there, and I think that as a investment, that seems really hard to beat right now. Some of the crypto stuff is just such a revolutionary technology. That I think it will be much more impactful in the long term than some of these card purchases. Obviously, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Seems like crypto could really change the world in a lot bigger way than what sports or collectible cards could. But that's just my personal opinion. So I have been looking at that stuff still, and then obviously keeping up with the stocks and doing all that stuff, but that's all pretty automated. It is just so much taken out of my paycheck every month. It goes straight to my stock account and then is actually auto-invested in the funds that I like. So that's kind of all that I have going on. Big video, a lot to catch you guys up on, but if you watched it all the way to this far, huge thank you to you. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.